guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to make a cookie recipe that is so basic, but it has been requested here for so long, and it's just a basic cutout sugar cookie. Now, since the holidays are upon us and everyone loves making different kind of cutout cookies, I figured I'd share this recipe with you because it is one that I love, and I actually just want to make the dough so that I can cook some of it today, and then the rest of it's going to go in the freezer to make in a couple weeks when I'm getting ready to exchange cookies with friends and family. So let me take you over some very basic and few ingredients and we'll get this thing started. You'll need all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. You'll also need some granulated sugar, unsalted butter that's really nice and soft at room temperature, eggs, and vanilla paste, which you can also, of course, use vanilla extract. But since I want the flavor of vanilla to really shine through, I'm using vanilla paste. But in which case, just use about a teaspoon of vanilla extract and you will be in business. Okay, this is really my basic sugar cookie recipe, my soft sugar cookie recipe that I showed here a few years ago, actually. The only difference really is that there's extra flour and there's some refrigeration time, and then there's some cutouts, and then we're gonna decorate them and we're gonna put royal icing on them, and we are gonna get festive around here. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in my standing mixer with my paddle attachment, just because it's easier. I'm going to put in my unsalted butter that's softened at room temperature. It's really soft because I had it over the stove and I had the oven on. But I don't have it on right now because it doesn't need to be on right now. And I'm going to add my sugar, and I'm going to cream these together just until they're combined. Just going to take that down and give this a good scrape. If you wanted to, and you absolutely don't have to, and I'm not doing it today, if you want to spice things up a little bit, feel free to add some clementine zest at this point, maybe a pinch of cinnamon, just to add a little more festive, I suppose, flavors to this. But I'm going to keep it basic and simple today because I'm going to be making these for my nieces, my niece and my nephews. So I know that a sugar cookie goes down really well with them. And a really good sugar cookie goes down really good with everybody. And I happen to be one of those people that absolutely adores sugar cookies. I'm adding in my eggs, bringing this back up, and I'm going to mix them until everything is really well combined and incorporated. Beautiful pale yellow. All right, I'm just going to mix together my baking powder and salt into my flour very briefly, nothing too fancy. Put that right in there. And then I'm just going to mix this together until I have a nice ball of dough. And I will show you what it looks like when it gets there. In the meantime, get some plastic wrap ready because this has to go in the fridge for about a half hour to an hour. So get some of that ready so we can rock and roll. Just taking my dough out of my hook here because I want to be able to get every single little bit out of there. But now it is a little bit sticky, but that's to be expected. It's going to go in the fridge to firm up anyways. So you don't want to add more flour because otherwise you'll end up with a really tough cookie. We want a tender, sweet, and delicious cookie. So just get it out of there. I just use my little plastic dough scraper because it bends really easily. Just get it off, and then you're going to wrap this, and I literally just put my plastic down and I push it together with my plastic wrap and form it into a ball or a disc or whatever your heart desires. Now this beauty is going to go into the fridge for about an hour to get nice and firm, and then we'll be ready to roll it out. My dough was in the fridge for an hour, and I just let it sit out room temperature for about 10 minutes just so that it comes a little bit soft, and that way it's easier to roll out. Now this isn't all the dough because obviously it would have shrunk a lot. What happened was I just divided the dough into 4 equal pieces, and I'm using one piece today to show you how to make cutout cookies, and the rest is in the freezer to make cookies in a couple weeks when I have my nieces and nephews over. Niece and nephews. I only have, long story short, I'm losing my mind. It's the holiday season and I want to get prepared ahead of time. So what I've got here is my dough. I also have a baking sheet here with some parchment paper. I've got my oven preheated to 375. It's preheating right now. Now the cookie cutters of your choice, this is what I'm using today. I'm using a heart because I love, a star because you have to have a shining star, and a little gingerbread man. Now I can't find my my Christmas tree cookie cutter, so that's why I'm using that. But I'm just gonna roll this out till it's about between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch thick. I don't want it to be too thick, but I don't want it to be too thin, and just kind of shake off the excess. And this dough is so perfect. I mean, look at that. It's just easy to roll out. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gonna taste delicious. So it's just really easy, and I like easy. Cut out your little shapes. Put them a couple inches apart from each other. That way nothing sticks if they move around. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm not the best at decorating because I have no patience for it, but I love having like my brother and sister over and do it, even though they're like not babies anymore, but they still love it. My niece and nephews, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's just so festive. And what you could do, if you wanted to, is you could make like a little hole, for example. I'm not going to do it right now, but you can make a little hole like right there, right at this point. That way, once they're baked, you can put a string through it and put them on your Christmas tree. It's like edible little ornaments. So I'm just going to re-roll the scraps and keep cutting out my little shapes. That looks good. I've got just a little teeny tiny bit. Let's see what I can do with this. Let's see if I can get one more cookie out. Probably not, because it'll be too thin. That's okay. You know what I'll do? I'll make myself a little cigar. That'll work, because I'm not wasting a thing. These are going to go into your preheated oven at 375 for about 8 to 10 minutes. You're just looking for the very edges to be lightly golden brown. Let them cool completely, and then we'll decorate. My cookies baked for about 9 minutes, and now all I'm doing is I'm just drizzling over some royal icing, which I made, and I already have an episode on laureandthekitchen.com for how to make royal icing, so you can go ahead and check it out there. All I'm doing is just spreading out my royal icing, because I'm not doing any fancy patterns. I'm just doing really simple, colorful sprinkles. I've got some sugared pearls, I've got some silver sugar, I've got some red and green little jimmies. Let's see, I think what I'm going to do to my little star there, I'm going to make it sparkle with some, look at that, how pretty! Oh yay, even I can decorate. Oh, this is so fun. Let's make little our gingerbread man, let's make him green. And, ooh, that's so cute! You can also, of course, do any fancy designs you like. You can also, by the way, if you're using this royal icing, you can totally, dye it with a little bit of food dye. That would work out really well. Maybe if you want to do multiple different colors, separate your icing into different bowls and then do it that way. I mean, it's really simple. And that is how you make sugar cookies. Cut out sugar cookies, I should say. Very simple, very easy. And these are going to be very delicious, except it keeps falling down. But I want to cover this one with pearls. Oh yeah, look how cute that is. I'm having way too much fun, and this royal icing is going to set in absolutely no time, and then you can pack these up and take them somewhere if you want to. How cute. I'm going to taste one for now. Nothing like a good cookie. So that is it. I'm going to continue decorating. Go to laureandthekitchen.com to get the recipe. Hope you enjoy spending time with me. Get creative. Post pictures on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I want to see your decorating skills because they're definitely going to be better than mine. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.